I participated in a photography competition to showcase my work. I participated in a photography competition to showcase my work. Do I test in 5 hours? Do I test in 5 hours? But we are using the car. But we are using the car. I can relax after finishing your training. I can relax after finishing your training. Are you close? Are you close? You can watch it at noon. You can watch it at noon. We were playing cards when it started to rain. We were playing cards when it started to rain. How old are you? How old are you? There are no students in the classroom. There are no students in the classroom. I play tennis. I play tennis. They could be housewives 2 minutes ago. They could be housewives 2 minutes ago. The Pacific Ocean is the world's largest ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the world's largest ocean. It's 3 o'clock today. It's 3 o'clock today. He enjoys watching movies at home. He enjoys watching movies at home. I will handle this. I will handle this. Keep it up, Tommy. Keep it up, Tommy. I'll call you back when I'm done with my meeting. I'll call you back when I'm done with my meeting. We go to school by bus. We go to school by bus. How often do you try to play the guitar? How often do you try to play the guitar? Wasn't it hidden then? Wasn't it hidden then? We didn't talk to each other like that. We didn't talk to each other like that. Won't we know? Won't we know? They will have finished the race by tomorrow evening. They will have finished the race by tomorrow evening. What kind of currency do you carry? What kind of currency do you carry? The horse the rider was riding jumped over the obstacle. The horse the rider was riding jumped over the obstacle. I will make some tea. I will make some tea. I have too much kindness. I have too much kindness. My mother left my father again and came home a little earlier than I expected. My mother left my father again and came home a little earlier than I expected. You should read more books to expand your knowledge. You should read more books to expand your knowledge. The flowers were picked from the garden. The flowers were picked from the garden. If you practice every day, you will improve your skills. If you practice every day, you will improve your skills. He should arrive at the airport on time. He should arrive at the airport on time. I have to buy a new house. I have to buy a new house. If I were president, I would change a lot. If I were president, I would change a lot. They were not ready for 2 weeks. They were not ready for 2 weeks. You haven't played for 10 years. You haven't played for 10 years. Do they fix it after a week? Do they fix it after a week? Were you down once a week? Were you down once a week? I accept your apology and forgive you. I accept your apology and forgive you. She wants to learn to cook. She wants to learn to cook. Returns at noon. Returns at noon. The train leaves at 9 a.m. The train leaves at 9 a.m. The food is too spicy for me. The food is too spicy for me. This may be an error. This may be an error. But there will always be the next time. But there will always be the next time. Would he touch? Would he touch? Shouldn't we be cops often? Shouldn't we be cops often? We had the carpenter repair the broken chair. We had the carpenter repair the broken chair. He invited me to his party. He invited me to his party. Addiction policy. Addiction policy. Can I return an item if it is defective? Can I return an item if it is defective? Should laugh often. Should laugh often. Is there a restaurant nearby? Is there a restaurant nearby? Expired library books must be returned. Expired library books must be returned. I have to go to the post office after work. I have to go to the post office after work. Does he play football with his friends? Does he play football with his friends? I may have to work over the weekend to finish this report. I may have to work over the weekend to finish this report. With. Can I use my loyalty points on this purchase? Can I use my loyalty points on this purchase? Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. How many sisters and how many brothers do you have? How many sisters and how many brothers do you have? Couldn't they prove it? Couldn't they prove it? The bird flew out of its nest. The bird flew out of its nest. I was so sick that I couldn't stay awake. I was so sick that I couldn't stay awake. He's shopping at the market. He's shopping at the market. They often go hiking in the mountains. They often go hiking in the mountains. May post 2 a.m. later. May post 2 a.m. later. The article discusses the impact of technology on society. The article discusses the impact of technology on society. Does it get better in the afternoon? Does it get better in the afternoon? I wasn't speaking at 3 a.m. before. I wasn't speaking at 3 a.m. before. Let's set up a meeting to discuss the project. Let's set up a meeting to discuss the project. He is studying for the entrance exam. He is studying for the entrance exam. We were weathermen 4 centuries ago. We were weathermen 4 centuries ago. Don't be late for class. Don't be late for class. He will learn to play the guitar. He will learn to play the guitar. I drive to work at 8 a.m. I drive to work at 8 a.m. Your decision. Your decision. It may be necessary to call a plumber to fix the leak. It may be necessary to call a plumber to fix the leak. Can we upload it every week? Can we upload it every week? Sorry, we don't have any available rooms. Sorry, we don't have any available rooms. He would stop. He would stop. We will go shopping in the afternoon. We will go shopping in the afternoon. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. I forgot my keys at home. I forgot my keys at home. I draw dogs. I draw dogs. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. It's a popular cafe. It's a popular cafe. I'm asking my girlfriend out. I'm asking my girlfriend out. I have a big house. I have a big house. I have to. I have to. Starve to death. Starve to death. They can organize a charity event. They can organize a charity event. Are there stepson philosophers? Are there stepson philosophers? Does the store have a fresh seafood counter? Does the store have a fresh seafood counter? Will you be able to make it to the meeting tomorrow? Will you be able to make it to the meeting tomorrow? Does it have to be an actress every year? Does it have to be an actress every year? Pair. The museum opens at 9 a.m. The museum opens at 9 a.m. He had been studying all day, so he was tired and needed a rest. He had been studying all day, so he was tired and needed a rest. Available. This movie is funnier than the previous one. This movie is funnier than the previous one. My family will visit me next weekend. My family will visit me next weekend. Will there be a midwife later at 3 a.m.? Will there be a midwife later at 3 a.m.? I want you to stay here. I want you to stay here. Does he usually leave? Does he usually leave? He works hard to support his family. He works hard to support his family. This is beyond the limits of possibility. This is beyond the limits of possibility. Don't they miss? Don't they miss? Do we have to write a diary? Do we have to write a diary? Will not ignore. Will not ignore. They would clean. They would clean. These are wet umbrellas. These are wet umbrellas. I'm thinking of starting a new exercise routine. I'm thinking of starting a new exercise routine. He lost a lot of blood during the accident. He lost a lot of blood during the accident. Husband nanny. Husband nanny. You never skip breakfast. You never skip breakfast. Situation. Situation. Awareness. Awareness. I was going to school. I was going to school. Children are playing in the park. Children are playing in the park. I'm trying to connect the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I'm trying to connect the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. He is the most qualified of the candidates. He is the most qualified of the candidates. I saved money to buy plane tickets for my vacation. I saved money to buy plane tickets for my vacation. Do we have any topic? Do we have any topic? Should they be fed? Should they be fed? They had already explored the city before I joined them. They had already explored the city before I joined them. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. Shouldn't they be coaching every day? Shouldn't they be coaching every day? Shouldn't they run away soon? Shouldn't they run away soon? Let me know if you want me to call you a taxi. Let me know if you want me to call you a taxi. I've never skied before. I've never skied before. You should have arrived at the meeting on time. You should have arrived at the meeting on time. Where did you go on your last vacation? They asked. Where did you go on your last vacation? They asked. Her brother-in-law was a dancer. Her brother-in-law was a dancer. He wrote a poem about love. He wrote a poem about love. We listened to a podcast on the way. We listened to a podcast on the way. Our brother is an apprentice. Our brother is an apprentice. You clean it after 2 weeks. You clean it after 2 weeks. We were playing tennis on the court. We were playing tennis on the court. Because I'm not hungry. Because I'm not hungry. The store opens at 9 a.m. The store opens at 9 a.m. Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? If you want to be healthy, you should not skip breakfast. If you want to be healthy, you should not skip breakfast. What is your plan? What is your plan? I worked here for 5 years. I worked here for 5 years. Do you want hot or iced coffee? Do you want hot or iced coffee? I'm going to the cinema to see a new release. I'm going to the cinema to see a new release. I hide every day. I hide every day. He studied Spanish for 3 years. He studied Spanish for 3 years. Can you make a reservation at the restaurant for tonight? Can you make a reservation at the restaurant for tonight?